Coming up, we're going to be talking about Star Wars, Acolyte, the second season of Andor, Chevalier, and much more. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Monday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. We've got lots of Star Wars stuff to talk about, so let's kick off with Andor Season 2. Filming is set to take place in 2 weeks today here in the United Kingdom. Tony, who is the showrunner for the series and the creator, has said over the weekend on an interview with Collider that filming is going to be happening. He's going to be flying over, doing a bit of shooting for the first episode, and then flying back for Thanksgiving, which is taking place later that week. Obviously here in the UK we don't do Thanksgiving, so it's not like they close down or anything like that here. But also with this second season, we also now know that something that's just confirmed from early this year, that there's going to be 12 episodes, each going to be broken down into 3 episode blocks. Each block is going to represent 1 year in Andor's life before the events of Rogue One. So this first season that we're watching right now is just like 1 year, and then it's going to kind of speed up and get through it. And there's going to be 24 episodes in total, which I think is great. I think it's great that we know that we've got a finishing point for this one. I'm loving Andor. Obviously, you can watch the first episodes right now on Disney Plus. There's still a few more episodes of the first season, but it's good to have that one confirmed. One of the series that I'm really excited for from Star Wars is the Acolyte, which is going to be taking place sort of years and years and years before the events of The Phantom Menace. And it's kind of going to be something completely brand new that we've not really seen on the screen before. I'm really looking forward to it. We've had the cast announced for this series, and also filming is now underway here in the UK for this series. There's been some images floating around the internet of some aerial shots of the sets. They're doing the same thing that they have done with Andor, where they've kind of filmed an outdoor set, and they're kind of going to be using both the volume and also real sets. I think they've definitely realised now they need to use both rather than being too reliant on just the volume, because otherwise it can look a little bit samey and also not always so realistic. But we now know some of the cast that's going to be involved in the series. We previously knew that Amanda Steinberg was going to be in the show. We also now know that Squid Game star Lee Jung-ji is going to be appearing in the series, along with Daphne Keane, who you might know as Logan. I think this one was pretty cool, and the fact you've got Carrie-Anne Moss in there as well, because he's been very well known from The Matrix. Just a really great cast overall. This brand new series is going to be a thriller that takes us into the mystery of the galaxy of the shadowing secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with a Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confronted with are more sinister than they ever anticipated. Like I said, this is something for me that I'm really looking forward to, because it's kind of stepping away from the Skywalker era and allowing them a little bit more flexibility. They've been really expanding into the High Republic era with the comic books and with other things. It's kind of weird for them to go to the end of the High Republic era. Kind of would have thought it made more sense to start at the beginning and retold that whole story, but maybe they're going to do that in a movie or something like that. But I'm really looking forward to this one. It's definitely just nice to see them kind of, again, stepping away from the era that we're in with The Mandalorian and just doing something a little bit different. But let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Also, this past weekend at the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, there was the world premiere of The Santa Clauses, which is a brand new series coming to Disney Plus on the 16th of November, with the first 2 episodes, with new episodes dropping weekly. This is a continuation of the film franchise, and we'll see Tim Allen return as Scott Calvin, who kind of, after 30 years, has kind of decided that he needs to retire and he wants to take his kids back home down south, but there's a major problem and he's going to have to end up coming back and trying to step in as Santa Claus again. And Searchlight Pictures has released a brand new trailer for Chevalier, which is coming to our screens in cinemas exclusively in April of 2023. This one's kind of set in France, and it looks really interesting, with the whole idea of kind of a composer just fighting against like bureaucracy and just fighting against the system, and it just looks really interesting. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Obviously, it's going to go to cinemas first, and then it can move on to Disney streaming services. And also next year, this film won't come under the HBO deal, so Disney can either put it straight onto Hulu or onto Disney Plus, wherever they want, hopefully Disney Plus. But yeah, I think this one looks pretty cool. I'm really enjoying this whole thing now with Searchlight Pictures kind of giving us something a little bit more grown up and stuff from the Disney side. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And finally, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today, because here in the UK, we got a brand new episode of The Walking Dead. We've only got a couple more episodes. I watched that one this morning. Loving this series, think it's great. There'll be a new episode of Bleach coming up later today. If you are in the US and watching on Hulu, good news now, they are adding in dub versions, though they're a few weeks behind and they're dropping on Fridays. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with the UK. I have asked about Disney Plus, what's happening with the dub versions. Haven't yet had a response. Also today, there'll be a new live episode of Dancing with the Stars dropping on Disney Plus in the US and Canada later today, so you can check that one out. But on that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.